All right, you're looking at a 2004 Jeep Wrangler. Nice looking Jeep. The owners dropped it off to me a few days ago, and the complaint was the blower was not working, AC, heater, nothing working on it. I'll show you what I found. I've already repaired this, but I thought that maybe if anybody runs across this, it would help you try to find a problem. So let me show you what I found. All right, let me open this glove box and see if you can see back in behind there. There is the fuse panel right there. The power distribution box is under the hood, but this is another fuse panel. And if you can see, this is fuse number 8 right here. I went to check power. I had no power on either side of this, and the ignition switch was in the run position, which I should have had power. And after further investigation, I did not have power on this whole bank right here. They were all dead, every one of them. So I had to pull up a wiring diagram to see what's feeding this fuse, and of course all these were coming from the same source. And let me show you what I found on that. All right, hopefully you'll be able to see this diagram. And speaking of diagrams, you know, I don't work on cars day in and day out. You know, I do a few things here and there for people I know and such as that. So I cannot afford to have like Mitchell Motors where I'm paying a monthly charge to where I can pull up a schematic wiring diagram on any car. So what I do is I go to All Data DIY and I pay for 1 month for any particular car. And as you can see right there is 2004 Jeep truck Wrangler L 4.0, L6 4.0. Anyway, this is the one. So this is where I got the wiring diagram. All right, so anyway, let's look at number 8 right here. This is fuse number 8. And like I said, I was not hot here or here. So I had to figure out where it's getting its power. And if you'll come down here, it gets its power right here through the ignition switch. And when it switches to run, it takes the power. This is coming from the battery. This is a pink and black wire. And I did have power there, okay, but I was not getting power through the switch. So I ended up jumping the black with the orange stripe to the pink with the black stripe, and I heard the blower motor get up and run. I said, all right, well, that's easy enough. It is the ignition switch. But if you'll notice here, it's also feeding fuse 6, which was not activated or on either, and that's going to the rear wiper washer switch in the rear wiper motor. So obviously that was not working either. Number 7 fuse, that goes to the backup lights and the transmission range sensor, so that would not have been working. Now speaking of that, this number 6 fuse, somebody had pulled it out, and I didn't bother putting that back in because I don't know if he's got old wiper blades, and I didn't want to, you know, risk scratching his back glass, so I'll let him handle that. And of course the number 8, which feeds the AC heater control blend door actuator for the hot to cold mode heater control, and that's why none of that was working. Also controls the blower motor relay, so it just disabled that whole system. And then fuse 5 was also not activated. That's your airbag control module. So yeah, that's all it was this ignition switch right here. Let me show you that real fast. Went to O'Reilly's. I actually got my wife to go for me. I called them. They had one left, and I went with the standard brand. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but here's the old ignition switch right here. But if you'll look right down in here, you see that copper strip, the one right in the middle there. That is this prong right here. And that is the one that feeds all those fuses. And look at it, it's just as green. I hope the camera picks it up. It's severely green, so there's no telling what it looks like down inside this thing. But regardless, that was the culprit right there. And before I decided it was that, not only, like I said, did I jump the two and it run, I knew then it was a switch, but I also took and I did a continuity check from right here on that terminal all the way to fuse 8. Right here, either side, because the fuse is good. And I had continuity from here all the way to here, so I knew everything was good up to this switch. Everything was good up to the switch on this end. So yeah, bad switch. And the only other problem I found in all this was once I got in it and got everything put back together and that installed, I started it up and it was blowing out of the defrost only. And I was like, oh crap, because this has got some vacuum. Even though the blend door has an electric motor for it, electric actuator, the rest of the actuators run off vacuum. And I found this line here. Let me show you where I found it at. This is a little vacuum line that was broke. All right, if you'll notice this vacuum line that's going into the firewall, this is going to the evaporator box that's inside the Jeep here. And that's the vacuum that supplies all your different functions, like your mode door, your recirculation door. Like I said, the blend door is actually electric. I could hear it operating earlier. But right here is where that piece I just showed you broke off, and it used to kind of lay on this heater hose. So anyway, I was lucky enough to where that was the only place that was broke. And I used to do a lot of these old vacuum systems like this, and they're notorious. This side of the line here, it'll run up underneath the battery. And I remember having to replace a lot of them where battery acid would get to them and eat them out. But anytime you got a situation where you're blowing just out of the defrost only, that's the default. It'll always default back to defrost if you got if you're losing vacuum. But this is actually a check valve here, and sometimes they can go bad too. If you're able to blow through one side and not the other side, then it's good. If you're able to blow through both sides, then that check valve is bad. Usually the symptom of that is that this check valve goes bad when you really romp down on it and put a lot of load on the engine. The vacuum decreases on the engine, so therefore you might switch from face to defrost or floor, because this cannot hold the vacuum back. That's what that's for. When you really romp down and put this engine on a lot of load, it holds that vacuum to the rest of the system there. But this one appears to be good. There's another one over here on the other side of the engine where it's actually getting its vacuum source at. But that's it. I guess I could actually show doing all this, but sometimes I just like to get in there and get it done and then come back and, hopefully this helps somebody that's got either one of these problems. So I'll title it something similar to that. AC blower not coming on, AC not coming on. I don't know yet. But when you read the title, you'll know what I come up with. Short, sweet video. Hope you enjoyed it.